Hey everybody, DeLong Shot Signatures here. This is the second day of being at IMS in-person autograph recap. I was originally going to go Tuesday. It rained all day Tuesday, worked it out with work to where I didn't take the day off. So instead I got today, tomorrow, and then I'll have the rest of the weekend off as well. Probably won't go to, or I won't go tomorrow. It was looking like it was going to storm all day, just like Tuesday. Looks like it might not be that bad now, but I already made some other commitments in advance because of that. But I am planning to go Saturday and Sunday as well, despite how busy it's probably going to be. But did really, really well today. 80 additional autographs. Got several more card sets or cards completed for the sets. Got one of my replacements done. Got some hero cards. I did get some custom photos made for this year. None for any of the individual drivers, just something to carry around in case I run into people who I didn't have anything for. But as we have with previous ones, we are going to go in alphabetical order. We're going to start off with 3 signed trading cards of the guy who has probably the most trading cards in the set, Alex Pillow. Added these 3. I have not gotten the replacement that I need from him yet, which I'm not too terribly worried about because he's really good at signing. Saw him several other times, just ended up missing out because he had to go back out to the track. We did get a little bit of rain today, so it was pretty chaotic for the drivers and teams. But great signer, and I have a TTM request out to him as well. So we'll see whenever that comes back if that serves as my replacement. I don't remember exactly which cards I sent. Here is the replacement that I got done though. Alexander Rossi. Got him as the second, I think he was the second to last autograph I got today. Most of the garage had cleared out. Practice was over. And a lot of drivers were going to their garages, picking up their stuff and leaving. And he was on a cart. Saw him talking to a fan and taking pictures. Walked up to him and I was like, hey, could you sign this card for me? And he had no issue doing that. So very cool. I should be done with Rossi now. I do have a couple more cards of him, but I don't need that for the set. Didn't bring cards of this guy because I wasn't expecting him to be there. I should have just brought them just in case. But I did have him sign one of my custom photos. Benjamin Peterson, former driver for AJ Foyt. He does have cards in the Parkside set. I think I have all 5 of them, so I felt really dumb not bringing those. But it is what it is. I'll bring them Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully he's there. We got another signed hero card of Christian Rasmussen. I think I only ended up pulling one Indy NXT card of him, so all I have are these hero cards, and they didn't make a different one because he is driving the 33 for the 500. They don't have different ones made for the 500, unfortunately. We got 2 cards signed by Colton Herta. He was out and about quite a bit today. Could have gotten him a couple times. Just really didn't feel the need to go bother him too much. And generally, I was waiting on other drivers when he was out signing. So I did get those 2. I have everything I need from him. Would like some upgrades on the other cards, maybe signed in blue or, just not as slobby of signatures. But this is a better signature than what he had given me on Friday. Then we got 6 autographs from Mr. Indiana native Connor Daly. So I have 3 of these. This is one I didn't get signed on Friday. It was the last card I needed for the sets. Started looking through the cards that I purchased recently that I didn't sort out and found that one, so I was able to get that. Got another Pit Pass card. Then I got one of my eBay hero cards signed. This is an older one, back when he raced for AJ Foyt. And then they gave out different hero cards for Dreyer Reinbold and Cusick Motorsports than what was at the Indy Card Exchange. So those ones are even more exclusive, but here he is with his sponsor for the 500. Got him on 2 of those. This guy was a real surprise and a little bit of a story. Shout out to Todd Johnson for helping me get this guy and another card for the set. So we got 3 from former IndyCar driver David Malukas. So Malukas started off the season with Arrow McLaren, injured his wrist during the offseason. They figured, he might miss a race or two. Ended up being a much longer recovery than expected, and he was let go from the team and has since been replaced with Teo Pourchaire and Callum Ilott for the rest of the year. So it was really unfortunate to see that. And I had already put his cards in, the ones that I had into the binder before they released him. And I just said, forget it. I'm not going to take him out. It's too close anyway. And he's been at the track doing a lot of social media stuff, just hanging out, all this and that. So we were told to look for a guy in a gray shirt with something on his wrist. And he's got a little, more so of a brace than anything for his left wrist. That was the one that he injured. And Buddy Todd, who I had seen throughout the day, we talked a lot. We had just talked about David Malukas because he said, "What cards are you missing from your set?" And I'm like, I don't have a pit pass of David Malukas. So he gave me one of his, and right after saying that, we look over and we're like, is that David Malukas? So I went on Instagram, looked at his story, and I was like, is he wearing an Indy 500 hat and this shirt? He's like, yeah, I think that's him. So we walked up, and he had the thing on his wrist, and he was more than happy to sign. Just one thing to keep in note with David Malukas is that rumor has it, I didn't get it confirmed, is that he won't sign in blue. Apparently, they did a driver's meeting about the Parkside cards and told the drivers not to sign the cards in blue because the certified autographs are in blue, and something about reselling. I don't know. It sounds like just, someone from Parkside trying to be like, hey, you're going to have resellers, try to avoid that. They all want blue. And it seems like he's the only guy who listened, if in fact that did occur. So I just went ahead and pulled out a gold Sharpie, signed those. It was kind of dying at that point. So it's not the best autographs, and they did rub off a little bit. But I just didn't want to get, told no, that he wouldn't sign because I didn't have a black Sharpie on me at the moment. So got 3 of the 5 that I need from him. Sounds like he'll still continue to be at the track. So now I know who to look for. Hopefully I can get the other 2 cards signed. Then another eBay hero card that I got was signed by Felix Rosenqvist. This was one that I didn't have when he was at Chip Ganassi Racing, so I thought that'd be cool. And I've run into him a bunch of times, and then I remembered I actually had that to get signed. Finished off 2 more cards of Graham Rahal. Now I can focus on the hero cards that I have of him. Then got this guy twice, almost got him a third time. He was a very strict 1 per today. I got him on 2 on Friday of last week, but got Mr. 4-time Elio Castroneves. Would not switch markers, and I think part of the autograph here got caught on the tape. It's just barely even noticeable. Then he did sign another one, and then he denied me every other time. Basically, just he didn't say no, he just left and said, he had something to do. So to get 2 of the cards, I'm pretty happy with that. The first custom 4x6 that I had signed today was Mr. Johnny Rutherford. Used that gold marker that I had. Turned out really well on the photo. I got all 5 cards that I needed of Catherine Legg, who is only racing in the 500. So very, very cool to get those. She gave pretty good signatures, considering how simple hers is. But very happy to go ahead and get these completed. I'll probably bring some extras, and I think I might have a couple of last year's hero cards left over. This team doesn't give out hero cards, and I already got my Indy Next card signed by him, so I said, screw it, why not? He's been out and about a lot. Kiffin Simpson with the most amazing autograph you'll ever see in your life. Then we got, 5 autographs? 6 autographs of Kyle Kirkwood. Got a couple of duplicates in here, but I believe I also finished off with these horizontal cards, the ones that I needed. Got a foil card, and then another one of these. I love these race win designs that they made. Very cool. Also got a signed hero card of them. Just pulled out the gold Sharpie, it's not a Sharpie. I don't even know what brand it is, but pulled out that gold marker again. Came out pretty good. A lot of people said, or were thinking that this guy would be really tough to get. As long as you get to him, it seems like he'll sign. I only got him once because I was walking around a lot and didn't want to wait too long for any one person, but was fortunate to be able to snag 2 from Mr. Kyle Larson. Got him on this optic and one of my select cards. Unfortunately, I did send a couple of TTM requests to him a few years ago that never ended up coming back. So I don't have a ton of cards to take for him to get signed. But Todd also gave me one of the Kyle Larson hero cards that was out there because those disappeared very quickly and I never saw them available. So hopefully I'll be able to get to meet Kyle Larson again and get one of those signed. Then another Chip Ganassi guy here. No hero cards. I got all my cards signed by him and I didn't bring any extras. It did get, looks like a little bit of a thumbprint here, but Linus Lundqvist, former Indy Lights champion. This one was a surprise. It took meeting him 2 times, which usually if I get all of the cards signed by someone, I don't have them sign it all in one go. I'll meet them twice. But despite previous attempts to get him in person and not having a ton of luck, and him being kind of reluctant to signing, he signed all 5. Marco Andretti. He did give us a little bit of wisecrack with because we saw him get off his scooter and go towards the restroom, so we didn't wait directly outside of the restroom, but we waited nearby because we knew he'd be coming out. And he was like, really? After the bathroom you guys want my autograph? So he signed those 3 then, and then walked around later and got them. Not the greatest autograph in the world, and very much kind of rushed with these ones. But hey, he's only running the 500. He is very difficult to get. I have really only gotten him through the mail by sending to Andretti Global for hero card requests. But I did send a request specifically to him and never got that back. So to get all 5 of those, I'm not going to complain. Then we got 2 more signed F2 cards of Marcus Armstrong. It was starting to rain at this point, and he used kind of a dead Sharpie, so didn't come out too clear, but I'm not going to complain too much about it. I got something signed. Then we got 3 autographs. I already completed his cards for the set, and I had a couple of numbered out of 99s. Marcus Ericsson. So got both of these completed. And also got one of his hero cards from this year. Then I got 2 trading cards, one of him and then just a generic NTT IndyCar Series card of the legend Mario Andretti. He is probably the only person that I have seen where you have to form a line to get him. Everyone else, you can kind of stand at the barrier and they'll move around and then you move closer and whatnot. Every time I have seen Mario Andretti sign, he stands in one spot and you get in the line that forms. I don't know if that's just what he asks for or if that's just how it ends up going, but he will take the time to sign and take pictures. He was super cool with signing these, so I'm not complaining or anything. I just find it so funny that that's it doesn't happen with anyone else. Anyone else, you can line up along the barrier and just wait until they get to you or until you get to them from any direction. For Mario, you have to get in line and go in a specific way. I find it funny. Then with that gold marker, got 2 more from Nolan Siegel. So now I have all his Indy Next cards that I had signed. I do have a Indy Next hero card that I can try and get signed by him. I was hoping for a little bit more of an autograph here. I do actually have this guy's autograph from Indy Lights hero card that I got through the mail several years ago through Juncos Racing, and didn't realize until recently who it was. So I already have this guy's autograph. Glad to get another one. Just kind of wish it was a little bit more to it than this. But Pietro Fittipaldi. It's like a backwards dollar sign. I know the other one has a little bit more going to it, so I'm not sure if that's just how he signs now, or if, maybe he just doesn't like me. I don't know what it is. But either way, it's signed. I can't complain too much. I got 4 signed hero cards from one of the most accessible drivers out there, Renus VK. So this is the hero card that Megan TT Hobbies sent me. Was that for Christmas, or was that a different package? I don't remember which one it was, Megan, but thank you very much for sending these. So I got one of them signed, thankfully. And then I had some extras from years past. So he signed both of those. And then I got another one of his current hero cards signed. This was the last guy I got during the day. I did get him once on a hero card, but every time I tried to get him to sign my cards, he was always on his way out. So despite being one of the most accessible drivers last year, he was very tough to get for me today for some reason. But I finally got him at the end of the day. So 4 of Mr. Ryan Hunter-Reay. Signed all 3 of these as he was pulling into his garage one last time. And he was cool to sign then. And then I also got him on a gold signature from last year's Ed Carpenter Racing hero card. And tell me that is not a great fit for that signature. It almost looks like it's one of those like facsimile that's printed on. Sometimes they'll, do one like towards the bottom just to show you like what their autograph is supposed to look like. But very happy with how that one turned out. Gave a great autograph. Then we got, how many is this? 7? I think it's 7 autographs and completed my cards of Santino Ferrucci. Him and Connor Daly were like the staples of signing autographs all day long. So accessible to fans. Got a couple extras here. One of them, the foil. I have several hero cards of his from previous years. So I got this one signed. I think that was last year's red, white, and blue design. This was one from the Sancio Grand Prix. And then this was his red, white, and blue for the Indy 500 for this year. But there was a bit of rain, like I said, towards the middle of the day, more towards the end of the day. And so a lot of drivers really didn't even come out. There was one in particular who did come out, and I was really glad that he did because I finished my cards for him. But I would walk around, in the light mist and whatnot and see if there were any drivers that were out and about because there was nothing to do. And the only 2 that I kept seeing were Santino Ferrucci and Connor Daly. Every once in a while, I would see Stingray, and then VK was out a little bit. But, like, Daly and Ferrucci, if they have nothing better to do, they're just going to come out and sign autographs. So really cool guys. I finished up those cards early. I didn't bother Ferrucci like the second half of the day. So very nice to get those. I think I have my base card set complete for this guy with these 2 autographs of Scott McLaughlin. I do have a numbered card of his that I want to get signed. Had a couple opportunities, just missed out on them. But hopefully I can get that signed this weekend. Then I got one of my custom 4x6s signed by a former IndyCar driver. And I think he was a multi-time series champion. He still races, fantastic driver. I've got so many autographs of this guy. But I was like, hey, this is the first time I've ever met him. So I have to get him now. Sebastian Bourdais. He was hanging out around, I think it was the Chip Ganassi garages. Got 3 autographs from this guy and also an embarrassing story. You guys are going to get secondhand cringe from this. But I finished my cards for Stingray Rob, which was nice. And then also got his hero card from this year signed, so that was cool. I thought I grabbed 2 of these, so when I saw him later and I hadn't gotten an autograph for a while, I was like, it's not going to hurt for me to get another one. So I pull out a hero card, walk up to him, I'm like, hey, could you please sign this? And look down, and I'm holding this hero card, which is already signed. He was like, do you want me to unsign it? So that was embarrassing, and I didn't have anything else for him, so I'm like, I'm sorry, I thought, I didn't realize I had already gotten this. He's like, it's okay. So, yeah, that was a little demoralizing there. But he's such a cool guy and very nice. And it turns out I had a couple of extra trading cards that I could have had signed and, not embarrassed myself or looked like a reseller. It is what it is. I'm sure he won't remember, but that was a fun little story. Didn't bring any extra cards for this guy. I don't want to bother him too much, but he was available, so I grabbed a hero card real quick. Mr. Tony Kanaan. And then the last driver that we got signed all 5 that I got for him, or that I had for him, after getting 1 spotted on Friday. It was weird. I was hanging out by the Suites, which was right across from the AJ Foyt and McLaren garages, and he was just out and about and walking, and no one was bothering him, so I just got up and asked him if he could sign a couple cards for me. He signed all 3 that I had then. And then during the rain delay, he was the only non-Ferrucci or daily driver that I saw that came out and signed. So got all 5 cards that I needed, plus a bonus of Will Power. And he gave really nice signatures on these. Dark spotted this one, is what it is. He was signing in black. I'm not going to blame him for it. Got his pit pass card. Got one of these helmet hardwares signed, which are very difficult to get. They're not numbered or anything, but I think after like 600 or 700 cards, I only ended up with like 5 of those. Got his horizontal cards as well. So all in all, a very productive day. Again, thanks to Todd for the extra cards. I think he gave me an Ed Carpenter pit pass, didn't get that signed. The David Malukas card that I got signed, and a Kyle Larson hero card. He didn't have to do that, but he did. We exchanged numbers. So Todd, if there's something that you're interested in, if I can, I would gladly trade it to you, send it your way, however you want to do it. But if not, I'm sure that we can work something else out. You've seen my collection through these videos, and if there's something that you're interested in, just let me know. I'm sure that we could figure something out. But thank you for your help and your, what's the word I'm looking for? Your company today. Really nice to have someone there just to talk to and talk stories and everything like that and walk around with. Overall, very, very good day. Very happy with how it turned out. Weather was good 90% of the day and didn't ruin any of the experience at all. So hopefully Saturday and Sunday are clear, and haven't decided what I'm going to do for Legends Day. It all kind of depends on who all is going to be there signing. That will ultimately determine whether I go there or if I go to a different event. But thank you guys for watching. I know this is a long video. It's been a very long day for me, but I want to try and get this out to you guys as soon as possible. Appreciate you guys watching. Best of luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.